Welcome, fellow myth enthusiasts, to Epic Oracles. What if everything you thought you knew about Hades was wrong? Hollywood has painted him as the villain of Greek mythology, but the truth might shock you. Today, we're diving into the dark depths of the underworld to uncover the real story of its misunderstood ruler. Picture Hades as you've seen him in movies. Blue flames for hair, sinister grin, always plotting evil. Now erase that image from your mind. The real Hades is far more complex and fascinating. You're about to witness Hades' journey from reluctant god to just ruler of the underworld. We'll explore how this often vilified figure actually plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of life and death. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about Greek mythology's most misunderstood god. Are you prepared to see Hades in a new light? Join us as we unravel the truth behind the god of the underworld and discover why Hollywood got it all wrong. Picture this, a cosmic battle of epic proportions, shaking the very foundations of the world. This was the Titanomachy, the great war between the Olympian gods and the Titans. At the heart of this conflict were three brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, fighting side by side to overthrow their father, Cronus, and his fellow Titans. The war was long and brutal, but eventually, the Olympians emerged victorious. With the world now theirs to rule, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades faced a crucial decision: how to divide their newly won kingdom. In a moment that would shape the course of Greek mythology, the three brothers decided to draw lots. This wasn't just a game of chance. It was a pivotal moment that would determine the fate of the cosmos. Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades each reached for their lot, their destinies hanging in the balance. When the lots were revealed, Zeus claimed the sky and heavens, while Poseidon received dominion over the seas, and Hades, he was given the underworld, the realm of the dead. Now, you might think Hades got the short end of the stick. After all, who wants to rule over the gloomy world of the dead? But this moment was Hades' call to adventure, the beginning of a journey that would challenge everything we think we know about this misunderstood god. Imagine yourself in Hades' position. You've just fought a war against the Titans, and now you're handed the keys to the underworld. It's dark, it's full of souls, and it's definitely not the most inviting place. It's no wonder Hades was initially reluctant to embrace his new role. This reluctance is a far cry from the eager, power-hungry villain we often see in movies. Instead, we see a god faced with a daunting task. Unsure if he's up to the challenge, Hades had to grapple with the weight of his new responsibilities. How would he maintain order in a realm filled with the souls of the deceased? How could he ensure justice for those who entered his domain? These challenges would have been enough to make anyone hesitate, but Hades didn't run from his duty. Despite his initial reluctance, he chose to accept his role as ruler of the underworld. This decision shows a side of Hades we rarely see, a god willing to take on a difficult task for the greater good. As Hades settled into his new role, he received a powerful gift from the Cyclops, the Helm of Darkness. This wasn't just a fancy hat, it was a symbol of Hades' power and his ability to maintain order in the underworld. With this helm, Hades could make himself invisible, allowing him to move unseen among the souls in his realm and ensure justice was served. But Hades' journey was far from over. As he withdrew to his realm, he had to learn to navigate his new responsibilities. This wasn't just about ruling, it was about maintaining the delicate balance between life and death. Hades had to ensure that souls were judged fairly, that the wicked were punished, and the virtuous rewarded. This commitment to justice and order stands in stark contrast to the villainous portrayal we often see. Instead of a scheming god looking to increase his power, we see a ruler dedicated to maintaining cosmic balance. Hades' acceptance of his role in the underworld wasn't just about ruling a kingdom, it was about taking on a crucial role in the functioning of the universe. Now that we've seen Hades accept his role as ruler of the underworld, let's take a journey into his domain. Forget the fiery pits and endless torment you've seen in movies. The The real underworld is a place of order and justice, reflecting Hades's true nature. Imagine descending into a vast, shadowy realm. As your eyes adjust, you begin to see the structure of this underground world. The underworld isn't a chaotic mess of suffering souls. It's a carefully organized realm with distinct regions, each serving a specific purpose. First, we encounter the Asphodel Meadows. This is where most souls end up, a neutral place for those who lived ordinary lives. It's not a paradise, but it's far from the torment often associated with the afterlife. Next, we come to Elysium, a place of eternal happiness for heroes and the righteous. Picture lush fields and perfect weather, a reward for those who lived exemplary lives. But what about those who committed evil deeds? They face punishment in Tartarus, a place of suffering for the wicked. The punishments here aren't random acts of cruelty. They're tailored to fit the crimes committed in life, reflecting Hades' commitment to justice. This structured afterlife shows us a side of Hades we rarely see in popular culture. He's not a cruel tyrant reveling in suffering. Instead, he's an impartial judge, ensuring that each soul receives its due. This system of rewards and punishments maintains the cosmic balance, encouraging mortals to live justly. To maintain order in this vast realm, Hades wields several powerful symbols. You've already heard about the Helm of Darkness, which allows him to move unseen. But there's more to Hades' arsenal. In his hand, Hades holds the Bident, a two-pronged staff symbolizing his authority over the underworld. This isn't just a fancy walking stick. It's a powerful tool that helps Hades maintain control over his domain and the souls within it. And let's not forget Cerberus, the three-headed dog guarding the gates of the underworld. This fearsome creature ensures that the dead stay in the underworld and the living stay out. Cerberus isn't just a pet. He's a crucial part of maintaining the boundary between life and death. They're tools that help Hades fulfill his role as guardian of cosmic balance. Without them, the order of the universe itself could be thrown into chaos. But Hades doesn't just sit on his throne wielding these symbols. He plays an active role in the judgment of souls. While he doesn't personally judge every soul that enters his realm, he oversees the process, ensuring fairness and impartiality. Imagine standing before the judges of the dead, your entire life laid bare. Every action, every decision, weighed and measured. This isn't an arbitrary process. It's a careful examination of how you lived your life, with rewards or punishments based solely on your deeds. This system of judgment reflects Hades' commitment to justice. He doesn't play favorites or seek to punish indiscriminately. His goal is to maintain balance, ensuring that virtuous lives are rewarded and wicked deeds face consequences. This fair and impartial judgment stands in stark contrast to the villainous portrayal of Hades we often see. He's not gleefully sentencing souls to eternal torment. He's a guardian of cosmic order, ensuring that the afterlife reflects the balance of good and evil in the mortal world. You've seen Hades as a just ruler and guardian of cosmic balance, but there's another side to his story that's often misunderstood: his relationship with Persephone. The tale of Hades and Persephone is one of the most famous in Greek mythology, but it's also one of the most misrepresented. Let's start with the version you might know. Persephone, the beautiful daughter of Demeter, is picking flowers in a meadow when suddenly the ground splits open. Hades emerges in his chariot, snatches Persephone, and drags her down to the underworld to be his unwilling bride. It's a story of abduction, force, and tragedy. But this narrative is far from the whole truth. To understand the real story, we need to look at the bigger picture, and that includes Zeus. Zeus, the king of the gods, played a crucial role in this tale. He was the one who arranged the marriage between Hades and Persephone, without consulting either of them or Demeter. This wasn't just a case of Hades acting alone. It was part of a larger plan, orchestrated by Zeus himself. When Hades first saw Persephone, he was captivated by her beauty. This wasn't a simple case of lust or evil intent. It was a complex situation with far-reaching implications for the balance of power among the gods. The abduction itself was a moment of both desire and conflict for Hades. He knew he was crossing a line, but he also believed he was following Zeus's plan. This doesn't excuse his actions, but it does add a layer of complexity to the story that's often overlooked. When Demeter discovered her daughter was missing, her grief was so profound it caused a famine on Earth. Crops withered, the ground became barren, and humanity faced starvation. This showcases the interconnectedness of their relationship and the natural world. Persephone wasn't just Demeter's daughter, she was a vital part of the cycle of life and growth. Realizing the dire consequences, Zeus sends Hermes to negotiate Persephone's release. This intervention highlights the importance of maintaining balance between the realms of the living and the dead. The underworld couldn't keep Persephone entirely, but neither could she completely leave it behind. Hades, understanding the gravity of the situation, agreed to release Persephone, but before she left, he offered her pomegranate seeds. This seemingly small act carried enormous symbolic weight. By eating the seeds, Persephone formed an unbreakable connection to the underworld, ensuring she would always return. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Instead of remaining a captive, Persephone evolved into a powerful figure in her own right. She became the queen of the underworld, ruling alongside Hades as an equal partner. This transformation challenges the notion of Persephone as a helpless victim and reveals a more nuanced relationship between her and Hades. Their partnership became crucial in maintaining the balance between life and death. Persephone's dual role as both the goddess of spring and the queen of the underworld beautifully illustrates the cyclical nature of existence. She embodies the transition between growth and decay, life and death. The pomegranate seeds took on new meaning in this context. They came to symbolize the inevitability of death, but also the promise of rebirth. Just as Persephone returns to the underworld each year, all living things must eventually face death. But like her return to the surface, there's always the promise of new life and growth. This evolving relationship between Hades and Persephone was celebrated in ancient Greek culture. The Eleusinian Mysteries, one of the most important religious festivals in ancient Greece, focused on themes of death and rebirth inspired by their story. Far from being a tale of tragedy, it was seen as a powerful representation of the natural cycle of life. A quote from the Homeric hymn to Demeter reveals the true nature of their relationship. Aidoneus Polysamantor, ruler of many, is no unfitting husband among the deathless gods for your child. This suggests that even in ancient times, their union was seen as appropriate and powerful, not as a tragic abduction. After our journey through the underworld, it's clear that Hades isn't the villain Hollywood paints him to be. He's a complex figure, crucial to maintaining cosmic order. His realm isn't a place of chaos, but of justice and balance. And his relationship with Persephone, it's a powerful partnership, not a tale of captivity. So why has Hades been so misunderstood? Perhaps it's our fear of death, or our tendency to simplify complex stories. But by seeing Hades as he truly is, we challenge ourselves to look deeper at other mythological figures. Remember, true heroism isn't always about grand gestures or fiery battles. Sometimes it's about accepting difficult responsibilities and maintaining balance, even when misunderstood. Hades shows us that in mythology, as in life, things are rarely as simple as they seem. As we conclude our deep dive into the true nature of Hades, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Hades deserves his villainous reputation? Or do you see him now as a misunderstood guardian of balance? Let us know in the comments below. Your insights could spark an exciting discussion. If you enjoyed uncovering the real story behind Hades, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Epic Oracles for more fascinating explorations of mythology. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the myths that shape our world.